Hey guys, it's Daniel from Valve Tec, and recently you guys may have heard a lot of controversy around the topic on whether or not TF2 is dying, albeit whether the game just doesn't capture the interest of the audience that it's been tailored to for years anymore, or just the simple fact that Valve is just trying to push it out the door so it can move on to bigger and better things. But to be honest, the game really isn't going to be going anywhere, and I feel like with a lot of the news that's been going around often, there seems to be a lot of miscommunication, and people are kind of eating up information that's like completely blown out of proportion. So, okay, for an example, many of you may have seen Valve News Network's video on the current state of TF2 and Valve's offices and what plans they have for the game. And as stated before in multiple interviews with some of the members on the TF2 team, when they are actually working, they will never officially announce when they are going to stop production of Team Fortress 2 updates, as they would rather leave the game for limbo. Now, with all due respect, because obviously, Valve News Network, his video was completely credible, and everything he said in that video was perfectly fine. I think there's just a wrong impression given off from the fact that, quote-unquote 50,000 people aren't playing, because about, 4/5 of that is just bots spamming, idling for items and etc. or whatever they're doing, right? And there's only on average between 9 and 10,000 players. And 9 to 10,000 players, of course, is not bad at all. That's nothing to scoff at. I mean, considering a lot of the games that have come out in 2007, especially ones that were multiplayer shooters, I mean, think about how many of those games still have that kind of player load. Even have like bots, all right, idling on their game. Which is still pretty big, that 40,000 other bots are somehow managing to idle, alright, or whatever the case may be for that. So you gotta consider that. TF2 is doing just fine in my opinion, and honestly, I really don't see, it going anywhere in the next couple of years. Now, of course, going back to what the TF2 devs were saying, there's two big reasons why they're gonna just completely leave this game in limbo if they were to never update it again, and that's first off the economy, because TF2 has boasted for almost over a decade now is just such a giant economy now that it'd just be really dumb for Valve to pull the plug on the game support. Now, that would not mean the economy would, fail to prosper overnight, and what would most likely occur to the TF2 economy, at least from what I would, I'm not, crazy into this, but this is just from what I would predict, is if Valve stops support for the game, I feel like it would just kind of gradually slow down as the players left, and over time, I feel like selling and trading wouldn't be possible. Now, keep in mind, this is a hypothetical of what would happen in the event, and Valve, with the portions of income they are making from the in-game economy, would certainly not officially cut the game support, so I'm by no means saying that. However, I am saying that, as if the player base, the actual player base, does continue to decrease over time, that's less people trading or wanting to buy items. I mean, even looking at it now, if you always see, go on scrap.tf or marketplace.tf, you'll see items that have been there for months on end because they're just too expensive. They're just too expensive, or nobody's interested in buying that particular hat or item. The Steam market confirms there's still an active economy though, and of course, thousands of transactions are still occurring every day, even on a smaller scale. So, by no means is the economy dying, and by no means would Valve ever stop support for with respecting the economy itself. Now, secondly, I believe there's a lot of miscommunication between Valve and their fan base, like I said earlier in the video. And if you've been a loyal fan for a while, this statement really shouldn't be a surprise. As many of you know, Valve works as a sort of open project company, meaning that if you want to join a project, regardless of how developed it is, you can, as long as it's a beneficial use of the company's resources, and currently they have their hands full with the recent VR flagship title, Half-Life Alyx, in particular, which has over 50 plus members working both in Source 2 to develop this new game, so it's really no surprise that nobody is currently working on TF2. Now, that's not to say there isn't anybody as of right now, as there usually is a small team working there to fix bugs here and there when needed, or, update those localization files. Of course, since Valve works to where people could go in and out of projects, there never really is a completely static number of devs currently working on Team Fortress 2, so you can usually gauge that number just based off the amount of huge content updates that is going and what else is going on at Valve. You also have to consider that these last couple of updates we've been getting, such as Blue Moon, Smithmas, the annual one, Scream Fortress, have all been very cookie cutter compared to years before, and I could safely tell you that the last couple of years have been extremely dependent on the community to keep the game fresh with new content, even if that only be a few new maps or a new case of cosmetics. So even while Valve may be busy working on other projects, it's not to say we as a community are working to make sure that Valve can release something as an official piece of content once those special events roll around. And like I said, Valve isn't gonna give up on TF2, and to be honest, I feel like it'll be around for a lot longer than most people are saying nowadays. what's kept the game going is not only the updates, but the boasting community of awesome figures and just players filling up servers each and every day. Even if we only are a few, thousand, and the rest are idle farmers, so, to keep it completely real, I would not worry about the current state of TF2. If Half-Life fans are finally getting a new game, when the time comes, the TF team will come together to work on a huge new content update for all of us to enjoy. I thought I would just make that today, today's little video. Hopefully I'll be uploading more in the future. I really miss you guys. Thank you all for all the support. I had a sub of mine give me some items while I was playing the other day. I really appreciate it. It's just little stuff like that, or dropping a comment here or there on even some of my older videos, because I'm still responding to comments on all of my videos. They make my day. If you've been around for a while, if you're new or you've been around since day one, like, seriously, thank you so much. I really don't want to let you guys down. I'm really trying my best to just keep making content for you guys that I find meaningful and worth your time, because I'd rather, if I pumped out a video every single day, it wouldn't matter if I wasn't satisfied with it. I only want content that I feel like is relevant to you guys, and you guys would, at least find enjoyable, and you can open up a discussion about it. But I don't want to ramble too long. I just like to, give a little bit of a closing message. It's December. It's the end of the month. I'm gonna try and upload a bunch. I got a bunch of good ideas going. I just finished kind of learning a new editing software, so things are going pretty good. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys all for watching. Of course, leave a like if you happen to enjoy, and consider subbing if you want to, check out my channel and see if this type of content is for you. Other than that, guys, I'd really like to thank you all for watching. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about this current situation. Is TF2 dying? Is it just getting blown out of proportion? You let me know down in the comments, and I'll be sure to, discuss that with you. Other than that, guys, my name is Daniel from Valve Tec, and as always, thank you, and have a good day.